past simple and present perfect. How not to get lost? Let me tell you something about English grammar. It's just as confusing and emotionally exhausting as modern dating. Honestly, if grammar tenses were people, past simple would be the ex who vanished without a word. No drama, no apology, just a clean, silent breakup. And present perfect would be the one who still watches all your Instagram stories and occasionally reacts with a fire emoji. You know, the one who won't let you move on in peace. You're probably here because these two tenses won't stop messing with your head. You just want to say a sentence, a nice, normal sentence. But instead, you are in full-blown identity crisis thinking, do I say I broke up or I've broken up? Is it finished or am I still emotionally bleeding? Yeah, we've all been there. In this video, I'm breaking down the difference between past simple and present perfect in a way that finally makes some sense. No boring textbook rules, no dead behind the eyes grammar lectures, just real life logic, emotional damage, and probably a few ex-boyfriend references. By the end, you'll stop second guessing every sentence and finally know when to use I ate the cake and I've eaten the cake. She left me and she's left me. Again. So, if you're tired of Googling present perfect and past simple with examples and ending up even more confused, hit play. This is Grammar Therapy. You're about to get answers and maybe closure. Past simple is closure, the unicorn of modern relationships. It's the ex who actually sat you down and said, this isn't working, then respectfully deleted your number and walked off into the sunset like a grown adult with boundaries. No subtweeting, no cryptic memes, no hey stranger 6 months later. It's the grammar version of a clean breakup. No emotional hangover, no loose ends, just a solid, reliable stamp on the past. When you say, I broke up with him, you're declaring, it's done, it's over. You cried for 3 hours, ate an irresponsible amount of ice cream, maybe range cleaned your apartment, maybe watched The Notebook 3 times in one day and somehow developed a parasocial relationship with Ryan Gosling. But the point is, it happened. You felt it, you lived it, and now it belongs to the archives. You use past simple when there is a timestamp. The drama is done. You no longer stalk his social media. Something like, we met, we kissed, we made terrible decisions. The end. You know when it happened. You're not revisiting it emotionally every full moon. It's a closed tab in your browser of trauma. Past simple is for final chapters, for things that happened at a specific moment. Yesterday, last week, in 2015 when you were still pretending to like hiking because he was into it. It's clean. And then there is present perfect, the must of mixed signals, the emotional squatter who lives rent-free in your brain and text, hey sup, every time Mercury goes retrograde. It's the tense that gaslights you, subtle, emotional, makes you think you moved on, until you're crying in the shower again for no logical reason. When someone says, I've broken up with him, I immediately know, oh honey, this is still fresh. This isn't just a grammar, it's an emotional flare. This breakup is still sitting in your chest like a bad burrito. Present perfect is the guy who is technically not in your life, but somehow still influences your mood, your therapy bill, and your skincare routine. You think you moved on, but then you catch yourself on his girlfriend's new profile at 2 a.m., zooming in and out her eyebrows, wondering why she looks like she drinks green smoothies, meditates before bed, and probably reads hardcover books with a candlelight. Present perfect is for the moments when the past still hurts. You're still dealing with the consequences. You're still bringing it up at brunch. You've told your therapist the same story 4 times, and you're not done yet. I've cried over him more than I cried at my grandma's funeral. I've blocked and unblocked him 5 times this week. I've dated men who think emotional availability is a type of Wi-Fi. Present perfect isn't about when it happened. It's about how much it's still messing with you. So which one do you use? Ask yourself, are you telling me a story that's over, or you're 5 seconds away from pulling out screenshots and spiraling again? If it's a clean event, with a timestamp. We kissed at the party. He cheated in 2016. I dumped him after New Year's. It's past simple. You're giving your therapist a timeline. You're not crying in the middle of Zara for no reason, hopefully. But if it still lives in you, if you've said something like, I've forgiven him 47 times and seriously, I'm running out of excuses, congrats, you're using present perfect. Not just because it happened, because it's still happening in your brain like a rerun that you didn't ask for. Past simple usually shows up with words like yesterday, last night, in 2012, 2 weeks ago, on my birthday, the worst day to get dumped, by the way. It's all about when. Present perfect likes words like ever, never, just, already, yet, recently, lately. So many times it's becoming embarrassing. It's not about when. It's about how raw it still feels. It's about the emotional hangover that just won't quit. Summing up, past simple is a one-night stand. It happened. You're not proud, but it's over. You moved on. You deleted the photos. You remember it, but you don't relive it. Present perfect is the one you thought you were done with until he said that he'd been thinking about how things ended, and now you're spiraling, analyzing his new girlfriend's nail polish like it's a message from the universe. So next time you're choosing between I broke up with him and I've broken up with him, ask yourself a question. Is this about closure, or is it about your current emotional status update? Because grammar isn't just about rules, it's about honesty. And if you used present perfect more than 3 times talking about the same person, you're not just using grammar, you're sending an emotional SOS.